recently on one of the ads that popped up on my email was an ad that said, was ad for a t-shirt that said, "I love Jesus and I cuss a little." And it kind of made me think, why did I get that ad? I know they're usually targeted towards something. I'm hoping it's more the "I love Jesus" part than that I'm known for cussing a little. But I was thinking about that shirt, and I will say, and maybe this is just because I'm old, it kind of bothered me. It bothered me that someone would want to be that to be their identifying factor. I love Jesus and I cuss a little. Now maybe it's a confession and they're asking for prayer. Or maybe it's just being transparent. Like, I love Jesus, but I don't have it all together. Or maybe it's trying to have other people identify with you. And really the t-shirt is neither here nor there. I think the principle is that when we love Jesus, we shouldn't be content to be the same as the culture around us. We shouldn't be proud of the fact that I love Jesus, but I'm kind of just like everybody else. Paul wrote about that in the book of Romans, in chapter 12 and verse 2, reading from the Message. He said, "Don't become so well adjusted to your culture that you fit into it without even thinking. Instead, fix your attention on God. You'll be changed from the inside out. Readily recognize what He wants from you and quickly respond to it. Unlike the culture around you, always dragging you down to its level of immaturity, God brings the best out of you, develops well-formed maturity in you." God's desire for us is that we would cooperate with the work of the Holy Spirit in our lives so that we are growing in maturity. So that whatever our life looks like now, in terms of our habits, in terms of our entertainment, in terms of how we spend our money, that we would be conformed more and more to the image of His Son. That we would be conformed more and more to those things that are important for His kingdom, to those things that cause the world around us to say, what is different about that individual? So I would encourage you today, whether you cuss a little or you don't cuss a little, I would encourage you to think, how am I growing spiritually? We don't want to become complacent. We don't want to become just settled in the point that says, I love Jesus, so everything else is okay. We want to cooperate with the Spirit's work, developing His fruit in us, so that the world would know more of the God that we serve, because they would see His character, the character of His Son, reflected in us.